Hello and welcome to our lecture number 20, fire detection and fire alarm system, week 6, module 6. Myself Dr. Ajay Kumar Gupta. Once again I welcome all of you on SWAM platform in industrial safety and fire safety management. The contents are objective, introduction, fire detection system, basic fire alarm system component, type of detector. In type of detector, first we will see the smoke detector, heat detector, flame detector, and at last we will conclude all the summary. So, the objective is that why it is important to have a fire detection. Fire alarm system saves life, reduces loss of property, shorten recovery time, for insurance discount, keep your code complaint. Fire alarm system. For your fire detection system to be effective, it is must be integrated with good fire alarm system. Fire alarm play a vital role to give warning to home residents or building occupants that there is a fire emergency. Most of the fire alarm also send out a warning signal or message to the local fire department notifying the emergency. Thus, fire alarm system can save life, as I have told you earlier, saves life. The very reason why there is a need to install a fire alarm is to make all individuals at home or inside a building safe and alive. Alarm like smoke detector, siren and strobe lights can detect fire and notify all occupants, giving them enough time to evacuate. Next is reduce loss of property. While these alarm systems do not necessarily put out fires, they can alert people who trained families member or personals can put out a small fire with an extinguisher, while other call the local fire department. This is where the fire control process begins. Fire alarm system also notify the responder automatically, and fire trucks can be dispatched quickly. The faster all these things are placed, the lesser the damage and loss of properties. Shorten recovery time. The lesser property damage, the shorten the downtime until you can reopen for business. This will reduce the loss for the fire and allow you to return to business as usual quickly. For insurance discount, most insurance companies give discount rates on insurance policy premium for business if it is code complaint fire alarm system in place. Most often some even required business to install a fire alarm system before insuring the business. Last one is keep your code complaint. Being code complaint means avoiding fees and public relation issues. One way to avoid being caught up is to install a fire alarm system in your building using the best 9-volt battery for the fire system. So, what are the outcomes of the system is to learn about the various types of fire detection and alarm system. Second, to learn about the various types of fire alarm system. So, in this lecture we will see the principle of fire detection and alarm system. So, in introduction of fire detection and alarm system, in fire detection and alarm system we will see their standards, their installation and maintenance compliances with standard. Secondly, we will see inspection, testing and maintenance required for this system, which are extensively and ultimately are likely to cost more than its original installation. The work of fire detection and alarm system is that first is detect fire, second fire occupants alert, third manage risks, fourth is notify authorities. In first fire detect, that is your fire alarm system is designed to detect fire in two main ways, smoke and heat. Another is also flame type. So, it should also have the capability of manual pull in case of fire is absorbed before smoke and heat reaches the sensor of the system. Other systems are activated when movement in the sprinkler system is detected, indicating that sprinkler are responding to the fire. In this sequence of fire detection alarm system, second is alert occupants. When the fire alarm system detects smokes, heat or water movement, it alerts occupants of the building using both audio or audible and visible alarm. These alarm will be bright, loud and impossible to ignore, which help mobiles individual to follow your evacuation plan. Using both type of alarm ensure that every person in the building is alerted. In this sequence, third is manage risks. Your building fire alarm system works in a third way to protect you by reaching or by reacting to potential risks using control measures. When the alarm is activated, some system perform a set to tasks that help prevent fire and smoke for spreading as well as protect occupant, such as automatically shutting doors in different zone, power of the ventilation and air conditioning, or redirecting elevator to bring cars a designated level. The fourth is notified authorities. The fourth purpose of fire alarm system is to notify authorities. This ensures the fire department is on the route as quickly as possible, so they can respond and extinguish the fire before it become an even bigger threat. In this slide, you can see fire safety. Basically, fire safety assurance system consists of two parts: preventive measurement and protective measurement. In preventive measurement, we will see fire detection system, fire alarm system. So, in this particular lecture, we will see fire detection system and fire alarm system, which is automatically or manual. To be useful, detector must be coupled with the alarm system, provide notice to at least the building occupant and usually transmit a signal to staff monitoring station either on or off site. In some cases, alarm may go directly to the fire department, although in most locations this is no longer typically approach. This system have numerous advantage as discussed above. The one major limitation is that they do nothing to contain or control the fire. Suppression systems such as automatic sprinklers acts to control the fire. They also provide notification that they are operating, so they can fill the role of heat detection based system. if connected to notification applications throughout the building. They will not, however, operate as quickly as smoke detector system. This is why facility where rapid notice is essential even when equipped with sprinkler still need detection and alarm system. The most basic alarm system does not include detection. It has manual pull stations and sounds only a local alarm. This level of system is not what is typically used. It releases on occupants to discover the fire, which can cause a significant delay. You want to be notified of the fire, the more costly the system you must install. Speed of detection is expensive. The slowest system to detect a fire is a heat detector, which is also the least expensive, and air smoke detection system provides the most rapid indication of fire, but these systems are 5 to 10 times expensive. Where to start when choosing a system? The type of fire detection and alarm system used in your facilities should be based upon your fire safety objective. These objectives flow from a risk assessment of your facility and operation. Your tolerance for risk and how much you can afford to lose is an important part of this process. Now come to the fire detection system. Fire detection systems are designed to discover fire earlier in their development when time will still be available for the safe evacuation of occupants. Early detection also play a significant role in protecting the safety of emergency response personnel. Property loss can be reduced and downtime for the operation minimized through early detection. Because of control efforts and started while the fire is still small, most alarm systems provide information to emergency responders on location of the fire, speeding the process of fire control. So, there are two main functions of any fire detection system. First is to give early warning to area occupants to escape. Second is to raise alarm to start up extinguish procedures. It is wrong to speak fire detector. Actually, they detect sensible heat. What is sensible heat? Sensible heat is that amount of heat required to raise the temperature to 1 degree Celsius, that is sensible heat. So, smoke density or flame radiation to operate before actual fire follows. Their sensors detect measurable quantity of these parameters. A decision making device coupled with the sensor compare the measured quantities with the predetermined value, and when it is different, an alarm is sounded. A fire detector both detect and signals. Human beings is good detector as he can act in flexible way, that is run away put out the fire or call the fire department. No other detector can work in such sensitive manner. Selection of the detector is important. For example, low risk areas thermal detector, a warehouse may have infrared and ionized detectors, and a computer area requires ionization and combination detectors. Basic fire alarm technology consists of initial device, that is initiating device, and in between control panel, and after that notification device. So, basic fire alarm system components: fire alarm initiating device, that is activation device or trigger device. Manual initiating device, we can say also. This device includes pull stations, break glass station, or button that need to be manually activated by someone in the building when they identify a fire. Automatically initiating devices. Automatic initiating devices trigger the fire alarm system automatically when a fire happens. These devices includes heat, flame, smoke detection type, and fire sprinkler system input, etc. It includes second part is the fire controller system, which transfer signal after indication and notify to the notification device. So, in basic fire alarm system component, third is the fire notification device, which consists of electrical bell, strobes, horns, speaker, light or text display, and sounder like that, etc. In this system, primary power supply is the typically came from 120 to 240 volt AC power supply, but when there is a failure because of fire, another system works, which is backup power supply. In case of power failure, a backup power supply is an important part of any fire alarm and detection system. The backup power supply includes 6 or 12 volt batteries to keep the system running when a power failure happens. Mainly the detection based on Indian standard, that is IS 2189-2008. If you want to follow the international standard, then prefer NFPA 72, that is National Fire Alarm and Signaling Code for International Standard. For more knowledge, you can follow the NFPA 72. Fire alarm systems are used to protect life and properties. It protects by detecting a fire at an earlier stage, altering and evacuating occupants, notifying the relevant persons, activating auxiliary function such as smoke controller, lift, homing, etc. At the time of fire, lift does not work. So, we have to use staircase for evacuation. Next is identifying and guiding the firefighters also. Now, we can see fire detection and alarm system based on technical features. The types of fire alarm and detection systems are two types: addressable and conventional. As by name you can see that the conventional system are ideal for small buildings such as home, individual offices or retailer shop. To indicate fire in building, each floor is typically divided into a zone, a building with 3 4 can subdivided into 3 zones, with each zone containing a wire connecting multiple initiating device, that is detector and call points. In this conventional fire alarm panel, the drawbacks of this system is that it is limited to determine the exact location of the fire in the zone. Since each zone has multiple devices connected to it, a fire alarm notification would only notify a zone triggered without specifying the exact device that was triggered. In the event of fire, every second counts and the delay could cause serious damage to properties and person in the building. So, for this complaint, addressable fire alarm panel is used. Addressable fire alarm systems are traditionally used for complex projects or large building with technological advancement. They have become more affordable and are used more frequently on smaller sites as well. As the name states, each device in the system has an address. In other words, each detector, call point, interference, sounders and other systems are connected directly to the control panel. Next, when the alarm is triggered, the control panel can pinpoint the location where the fire is detected or where the device is triggered. So, addressable fire alarm system gives information about individual detector, whereas conventional system only give information about specific circuits, or you can say specific zones. In this system, we can see the type of detector. First is smoke detector, heat detector, flame detector. In smoke detector, ignition smoke detector, optical smoke detector. In that is tree, light obstacles and light scattering. Whereas in heat detector we have two types, fixed temperature type, rise type. Whereas in flame detector we have two types, infrared detector and ultraviolet detector. Smoke detector, it is a device that senses visible and invisible smoke. It shows the picture that two pictures are there. In one picture you can see that the smoke is not there in the sensor. When the smoke came, it reflects the signal and gets alarm. Next is the light obstacles device. A beam light is arranged to fall on the photoelectric cell, and it's the atmosphere between the light source and the cell is clear. The balance of the electric circuit is not completed. When smoke passes between the source of the light and the photocells, the intensity and the light falling on the photocell is reduced. This change into electric output is used to operate an alarm at the predetermined. Next is the light scattering type. This picture shows the light scattering types. When lights fall, it strikes the detector and through which alarm system starts sounding. Another type is heat detector. In this heat detector, two types are there. One is fixed type, another is rate of temperature rise, that is rise ROR system. Fixed type temperature type system shows in this figure. First is in normal condition, second in during fire 1, second, third is during fire 2. In normal condition, it will not strike to the circuit and it does not close the system. So, alarm will not started. In the second system also, when outside temperature is there, but if it will not affect the fixed temperature type system, it will not alarm. In the third, when the heat exceeds a predetermined temperature, the bimetals deflect and close the contact, trigger the signal. Next is rise of rise type, that is ROR detector system. In this, a seal chamber when subjected to heat expand and pushed a flexible diaphragm to make an electric contact complete for the alarm. This is again the rise of rise system. Picture illustrate the ROR when no fire condition. Another side shows the sudden rise in temperature. In both the cases, alarm system does not work, but when there is a sequence of fire rise, this alarm system start working, as shown in picture 2. Flame detector system. A flame detector optimum sensor radiation gives off by flame and glowing embers. Flame detector are primarily indicated to protect area where anticipated fire will develop quickly. A flame detector can often respond faster and more accurately than the smoke and heat detector. In this type, flame detector includes infrared and ultraviolet. In infrared, flame detector sensor light at the extreme high and the light spectrum. Flicker flame detector are infrared detector capable of sensing the typical flicker of a flame. Ultraviolet flame detector, as shown in picture, there is one bulb. When the ultraviolet rays or radiation strikes the bulb, it sends and transfer a signal, small signal of current, which is amplified in the amplifier and then goes to the relay. Until relay gets the continuous signal, it will start alarming the system. So, ultraviolet flame detector are sensitive to most fire, including hydrocarbon, liquid, solid, metal, manganese, sulfur, hydrogen, ammonia. So, the conclusion is earlier fire detection is a thing to save lives and property. Thus, investigation in a good fire alarm system will help prevent a tragic incidents for happening. Always remember that it is better to prepare anytime, anywhere and help save lives and protect properties. Thank you.